Hi, welcome back to part 2 of the email deliverability challenge. Yesterday, just a quick recap, is we covered all the technical setup of DKIM, SPF, DMARC. Again, they are the essential foundations. If you don't get those in place, certainly at least your DKIM, then all the other stuff we're going to be talking about this week is pretty futile and you will not get as good as results. You will get better results, but you won't get as good a results as if you don't do the SPF, DKIM and DMARC stuff I suggested in yesterday's training. So let's get into today's training, and again, this is to get more of your emails delivered and read, and I'm going to cover some points here. It's going to be not a long training today, but these are more simple things to do, and again, you don't need to do all of them, you could do some of them, and cumulatively you'll get this compounding effect of, as you do more and more of these things, you're going to see more and more improvements with your overall deliverability, open rates, things like that. So let's get straight in there. So we've covered the tech setup, you know, we're assuming that you've done that. So the next thing, and these are in no particular order, these are things that we found that can affect open rates and deliverability going forward. So sender, and what I mean by this is a lot of people, when they send emails from Infusionsoft to the list, whether it's a broadcast or a part of a campaign, they'll use a generic email address, which is something like support@theirdomain.com or whatever their domain is. What I suggest you try is use a more personal email. So in my case, when I'm sending emails to my list, I'll use Damian and then my domain, rather than a generic one. And again, it's one of these things which some ISPs will pick up on this if you use it in things like support or info at or whatever. But you know, it's definitely worth a try. It's a really easy one to get in place. There's no technical setup, very easy to do. Third one is forms. I was having a discussion, part of a mastermind on email deliverability with Evan and Adrian Savage, who were, you know, probably the masters of all this. I've just picked up some really good tips from them over the last few months. But there is some talk. I've not seen any empirical evidence to this, but I've been told by some very good sources that using Infusionsoft form codes to get people to opt in your list will get a better deliverability. What I mean by that is there's lots of platforms now like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, you know, to name a few, and they use an API access. So you're just basically sending an API from ClickFunnels to Infusionsoft, and it's not using the Infusionsoft form code. And this is proving, so I've been told, that you won't get quite as good as results in terms of deliverability, because Infusionsoft's not actually counting it as an opt-in via their list. So, you know, just something to bear in mind. I use Lead Pages a lot, and I give the form codes to, basically with Lead Pages, if you use the old legacy forms, it's very easy. You just copy the form, or you integrate it directly with the legacy forms, and it basically works a treat. You can copy the unstyled HTML code, I don't want to get too technical here, and give it to your web guys, and they could style it for you. But just something to bear in mind, you know, to get some better results.